Sam, this is perfect. This photo is a capstone. It succinctly summarizes over 30 years of extraterrestrial-related photographic evidence.
Sybil, that photo is a hoax.
Exactly. I couldn't have asked for better. Now I can print the paper. Available at newsstands now.
We're famous.
Hooray! Can we begin misbehaving now?
Begin?
It's Sam and Max. I saw you on the telly.
How do you watch TV from in there?
I've got monitors you don't even know about.
We want to buy something.
Yes, quite so, quite so.
We come bearing 1 million American dollars.
Now hand over the voice modulator.
Blimey! Food stamps? I suppose I must accept them. Oh, the dash government conspiracy. It's hogwash! Complete codswallop! Here, then, is your chemical-based voice modulator.
This is a helium balloon strapped to an inhaler.
But it works! Trust me, trust me!
Holy chipmunk, Ari is warbling out of a souped-up 78-speed turntable. It works!
Thanks, Bosco.
What do you think of Bosco's accent?
Please. Even Hugh Grant does a better British accent than Bosco.
Just standing in this store, I can feel sugar and preservatives leaching directly into my bloodstream through my skin.
Let's stay here a little longer.
Let's do some shopping.
Great!
Whipped liverwurst.
Want some?
Absolutely not. A little ketchup is always good on a cake. Nachos.
They're mine! Nachos!
Sludgies. This week's flavors, bangers and mash.
That's sausages and potatoes to you Yanks.
Oh, good. For a second, I thought it was something disgusting.
What do we have here? Organ Trader, Self-Loathing Weekly, Hot Bunny.
Ooh, let me see that.
Hot Bunny?
No, Self-Loving Weekly.
Big Smokes.
Don't smoke, kids. Unless you're on fire. Then it's only natural.
Is that clock correct?
Well, it's only got one hand, so probably not.
We want to buy something.
Quite so.
Nothing for us right now.
Indeed.
Where are we going, Sam?
The TV studio.
Goody!
Happy birthday.
boy! Birthday cake! That red frosting looks tasty. Excuse me. Oh, that was really... really? Time out for number 2!
What the? Darn it! He'd better not be going to see Myra. Well, anyway, we can't wait. We'll just have to finish the show with only 2 judges. Whatever you guys agree on goes.
Vote for me!
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next contestant, Sam.
Hello. I'd like to do a little song I call Bottleneck on the Freeway of Doom. Shiny like a new Mylar balloon.
Thinking about the rings on the Great Raccoon. And so I wrote this extremely catchy tune.
And let's hear from our judges.
I admire your courage even more than your singing. You've still got my vote.
Thanks, little buddy.
You really nailed that high note. Whoa! And you're less sloppy than my brother is. You've got my vote. Hey!
All of the remaining judges have agreed. We have a winner.
No!
Congratulations, Sam. Here's your recording contract.
Bin Bottom Records. It's like a dream come true.
Specs, I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do! Right after I get back from Mount Rushmore. Rushmore? I'd better go after him.
I just remembered. I have to feed my goldfish.
Are we still taping?
Be sure to join us next time on Embarrassing Idol.
Yes? Oh, you two again. Well, what is it? You've got the length of one commercial break to explain yourselves.
May we appear as guests on your show?
I excel at talking about myself.
Are you famous?
Perhaps. In an internet petition, or there ought to be a law kind of way.
Not good enough. I'll need evidence of your explosive star power.
I blew up a public restroom last week.
I want to see a copy of your recording contract, for one thing.
Well, what if we...
Recording contract and a clip from your hit TV show. You're not anybody these days if you don't act and sing.
Recording contract, TV clip.
Piece of cake.
No cake. I'm on a diet. But I will naturally need evidence of the latest juicy scandal you've been involved in.
We have to be scandalized?
Of course! What kind of show do you think this is?
Are you sure you want us to answer that?
Look, it's very simple. Show me a recording contract, a clip from your TV show, and some evidence of a scandal, and I'll squeeze you in.
Oh, is that all? We do have a recording contract. Bin Bottom Records. Take a look. Now how about having us appear on your show?
Not so fast. To get on my stage, you'll also need a clip from your own TV show as well as evidence of a good scandal.
Fame is a distressingly exact mistress.
There you go, dear. Although I strongly disapprove, having a mistress is an excellent start to a scandal. The public enjoys a good love triangle.
As it happens, we brought a clip of our wacky hit sitcom, Midtown Cowboys. We're the stars.
Your celebrity is becoming less and less marginal all the time.
Don't worry, Myra. We're still marginal at heart.
Yes, I suspected as much. But get yourselves involved in a newsworthy scandal, and you can be guests.
Actually, we graced the cover of the current edition of the Alien Love Triangle Times. How's that for a scandal? You'll have us on your show now, yes?
Oh, I suppose so. If only so I can talk about America's lamentably endless fascination with depravity.
Yay!
Naturally, I will expect you to be on your best behavior and agree with everything I say and answer every question I have and don't interrupt and keep your elbows off the table and use your indoor voice.
What about...
While you're on my show, you stay in your seats at all times. You do not interrupt me when I'm talking, and you treat the audience with the utmost respect, even if you become less sure with each passing year that they deserve it. Now, I'll call you on stage in a minute.
Gosh, Max, celebrity is just a never-ending set of arbitrary goals one accomplishes to appease a dismissive and distracted, if not entirely absent, authority figure.
I don't know if I agree, Sam, but I've begun my decadent slide into a depraved personal hell just in case.
Give her a hand, everyone! Bessie Bovine reading from her new book, The Heart Has Four Stomachs, Ruminations on a Life in Hollywood. Out now in all major bookstores. This microphone is starting to spark from overuse, but that doesn't mean we're ready to pack it in. We've got the stars of the not-quite-canceled sitcom Midtown Cowboys, who also happen to be the winner and judge of TV's Embarrassing Idol. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam and Matt.
Hold the hayride, little pal. That bear seems more than slightly hinky, in the mesmeric sense of the term.
Shadier than a fat man's ankles.
Let's take it down like ducks in a gutter.
Hold it! My guests sit at that end.
But that bear has got you...
Sit.
We'll just sit where you want us to, ma'am.
Lovely.
What gives, Sam? Why can't we just grab the bear?
It would appear that the laws of physics are different on the set of a talk show, little buddy. You're gonna have to play along.
Sam and Max, you're talented, hot news celebrities who've taken the entertainment world by storm. So naturally, we all want to hear everything about your involvement in the scandal detailed in the Alien Love Triangle Times.
There's something you should know about that picture in the Times.
I'm not sure I want to know anything more. Maybe you big Hollywood types thinks it's funny to flaunt your polyplanetary pickups, but the rest of us find alien love triangles, frankly, disgusting.
But the photo is not quite what it seems.
How so?
It doesn't tell the whole story. There's someone else involved. Someone the picture doesn't show.
How shocking. Who?
Bessie Bovine, our co-star on Midtown Cowboys.
Oh my! Audience, shall we bring her back out again? Well, Bessie, what do you say to these allegations? Is that so? Bessie, shockingly, you're the only voice of common sense in Hollywood. You are to be commended. Why don't you relax with some sweet grass backstage while I browbeat my audience into blah blah blah, yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody 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 blah.
May I have a drink of water?
Are you the host of this talk show?
No.
Then no. Blah 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 blah, yak yak.
Humanity's
yak,
not
yak,
safe
bloody,
while that
bloody,
mysterious
bloody,
little hypno bear is on the loose.
Are we part of humanity, Sam?
Not technically, but we're in danger too.
Blah 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 blah, yak yak.
I'm not touching that thing.
Bloody bloody
I'd probably get shocked.
Yakety 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 yak. Blah blah blah, blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yak. Blah blah blah, blah blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
I'd like to talk about me.
I prefer my guests' naked egos to be just a little less naked, dear.
Oh, absolutely, Myra. That's exactly what Reese Butterfingers told me when sniping river rats at Cannes. She thought I had the cool-eyed aim of a professional.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to talk about myself.
And a project you're working on, perhaps?
You said it, Myra. I am an ongoing project, like a golden calf or a graven image. I'll only rest once people are sacrificing their firstborn unto me. Also, I'd like to direct.
Fame went to your head quickly, dear.
It's a short trip.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
Let's talk about you, Myra.
Me? What could anyone want to know about me?
Maybe they'd like to know how honored you are to have me, Max, brilliant actor and acerbic wit, on your show.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to talk about that charming yet mildly insidious-looking bear on your desk. Can I see it?
I don't know, Sam. Can you?
May I see it, please?
No, you may not. And if I may say so, if there's one thing that grills my chicken, it's how our culture is in a state of modal decay. Can is not the same as may. Should is not the same as blah blah blah. Yak blah 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 blue blue blue.
Hopefully she'll be off on her tri-state nagging spree for a while.
Blah 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 blah. Yak 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 yak. Bloody 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 bloody. Yakety 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 yak. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Yak 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 yak. Bloody. Put that away right now. Blah 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 blah. Yak 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 yak. Bloody 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 bloody. Ah yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle scandalous affair.
I'd like to sing a song from my upcoming album, Feathers and Furious Scribbling.
I'm almost certain the audience might probably enjoy that.
Howling at that drippy old hunk of moon. She's at brunch today with some baboon. And so I wrote this extremely catchy tune.
Thank you, Sam, for putting the num back in musical number.
What a wonderful way to remind our audience that you don't have to be talented to be famous. And a perfect segue into my latest tirade about the lamentable state of modern popular music. I mean, blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, yakety, yakety.
Can't we sit over there?
You'll sit where you are and like it, mister.
Yes, ma'am.
Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah.
I'd like to sing my song again.
Normally, I'd protest, but after 3.5 days on the air, I'm a little starved for content.
Howling at that drippy old hunk of moon. She and so
Lovely.
Yak, yak, yak.
Blah, 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 yak, yak, yak.
Got a second,
yak,
little
bloody,
buddy?
bloody, bloody,
Now that we're
yakety,
big
yakety,
stars,
yakety,
I'd
yakety,
normally
yakety,
ask that
yakety,
your
yakety,
people
yak,
call
blah,
my
blah,
people to
blah,
set up a meeting.
blah, blah.
But since we're
Blah,
old
blah,
friends...
blah, blah, yak, 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 bloody, 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 bloody,
We've
yakety,
gotta
yakety,
stop this
yakety,
TV
yakety,
program.
yakety, yakety, yakety,
Stop
yak,
it.
blah,
It's
blah,
the greatest
blah,
moment of my
blah,
deeply
blah.
superficial life.
Blah, blah,
Nonetheless,
blah,
we'll be
blah,
trapped here
yak,
forever
yak,
if we don't
yak,
do
bloody,
something.
bloody, bloody, bloody,
Look,
yakety,
unless you
yakety,
take out
yakety,
Myra
yakety,
or that
yakety,
bear,
yakety,
or
yak, blah,
both,
blah,
you'll
blah,
never stop
blah,
it.
blah.
I say, relax and
Blah,
enjoy
blah,
the
blah,
unreal,
yak, yak,
soul-hollowing
yak,
ride.
bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yakety,
The real
yakety,
threat here
yakety,
isn't
yak,
Myra
blah,
at
blah,
all.
blah,
It's that
blah,
bear.
blah.
I know.
Blah, blah,
Nothing
blah,
that cute
blah,
should be
yak,
allowed to
yak,
exist.
yak, yak, bloody,
It has
bloody,
Myra
bloody,
in some
bloody,
sort of
yakety,
hypnotic
yakety,
thrall.
yakety, yakety, yakety,
You made
yakety,
that
yak,
word
blah,
up.
blah, blah,
Possibly,
blah,
but that
blah.
doesn't make it less true.
Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody,
According to
bloody,
the ultra-strict
bloody,
rules of
yakety,
talk show
yakety,
reality,
yakety,
we're stuck
yakety,
sitting
yakety,
over here,
yakety, yak,
possibly
blah, blah,
permanently.
blah, blah,
At least it's
blah.
comfortable.
True,
Blah,
but we
blah,
can't do
blah,
much from
blah,
here.
yak, yak, yak,
Celebrities
yak,
don't
bloody,
always have
bloody,
to do
bloody,
things
bloody,
for
yakety,
themselves.
yakety, yakety,
They
yakety,
perform
yakety,
and have
yakety,
people
yakety,
do
yak,
everything
blah,
else
blah,
for
blah,
them.
Blah, blah. Blah, 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 yak, yak, yak,
Never
yak, bloody,
mind.
bloody, bloody,
Then I shall
bloody,
return to the
yakety,
warm
yakety,
womb of
yakety,
manufactured
yakety, yakety,
celebrity.
yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yak,
Testing.
blah, blah,
1,
blah.
2,
Blah,
3.
blah. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
There's more you should know about that picture in the Times.
What's that?
It's not a picture of an alien at all. That's Hugh Bliss.
Hugh Bliss? The highly respected founder of prismatology? Don't be ridiculous. Why, I've had him on my show before, and he certainly isn't green. What are you really hiding?
How much I'm scared of being buffeted by another gust of Hurricane Myra?
Flattery will get you nowhere, mister. I don't know about you, audience, but as a girl, I was taught that flattery was the worst possible way to blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yak. Ah, yes. Where scandalous of...
There's more you should know.
What's that?
It's not us. It's our evil twins, Saul and Mark.
I thought I was the evil twin.
Sam, I refuse to let my low opinion of you curtail my disappointment. Did you really think anyone would buy such an unbelievable story?
Is there a way to answer that without being lectured?
No, there isn't. You know, millions of Americans suffer from malevolent multiple birth sibling syndrome. It's no laughing matter. And for you to blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yakety,
Unwise in
yakety,
front of a
yak,
live
blah,
studio
blah,
audience.
blah, blah. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yak,
She
blah,
appears to
blah,
have
blah,
plenty to say
blah,
already.
Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, yakety, yak. Ah, yes. Where were we? Scandalous.
I'd like to mention my pal Sam, and something that happened the other day.
Anecdotes about other celebrities, even ones as dubious as you two, are always welcome.
Well, I was battering this purse snatcher with a broken parking meter and screaming, "Die! Why won't you die?" And Sam said, "You crack me up, little buddy."
The point being?
I cracked Sam up.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
Where did you get that bear, Myra?
It's funny you should ask, Sam. Funny in the way all inappropriate questions are funny. A relentlessly inquisitive culture created a blah blah blah, yak yak yak.
That woman cannot get off her high horse about anything.
She'd need a parachute.
Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yak.
May I have a drink of water?
Are you the host of this talk show?
No.
Then no. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody bloody. Ah, you scandalous affair.
I'd rather...
Okay, let's... How wonderful.
Thanks, we brought a clip.
You certainly did. I had a chance to watch it, and I refused to show it to my audience. It has a shocking joke involving a cow pie. It's a sad commentary on today's culture when the cow pie, once a staple of the American diet, blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak.
I see why Myra only lets big stars on her show.
They're easier targets?
If you're big enough, there still might be something left when she's finished.
Blah 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 blah, yak. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think scandalous of...
I'd like to say some more about our show, Midtown Cowboys.
I would too. It's disgusting how you openly mock the plight of gallus American landlords. After all, wasn't it a chicken who fought at the battle of blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak? Blah 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 blah, yak yak. Ah, scandalous.
I'd like to sing a song from my...
I'm almost...
Howlin'.
Thank you, Sam.
What a wonder I rate about bloody yakety yak yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yak. Scandalous.
There's more you should know about that picture in the...
What's that?
There are still others.
Incredible. Who?
One of the soda poppers.
Oh, my. Which one?
Peepers.
Really? Well, by amazing coincidence, we happen to have Peepers backstage right now! Let's bring him out!
It's not true, Wall. All that happened was they snatched my lyrics.
I can't even imagine what horrifying act that's slang for. How are any of us supposed to listen to Burt Bacharach being interviewed without blah blah blah, yak yak yak? Blah 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 blah, yak. Yes. Scandalous of...
There's more.
What's that?
It doesn't tell the...
You're joking.
Philo Pennyworth.
As I'm sure most of you know, Philo Pennyworth is the actor who plays Mr. Featherly on Midtown Cowboys. And we happen to have him backstage. Let's bring him out! Philo, give us your side. Is it true?
Myra, please, of course not. I'm a veteran of the British stage. I'd never be caught cavorting with a dog, a rabbit, and an alien. It's so 1997.
Yikes!
I doubt we'll hear a more terrifying denial.
This year, anyone who is anyone is all about birds of prey, ring-tailed lemurs, and Bigfoot. No one will ever take you seriously at the Globe Theatre otherwise.
And there you have it. I'm so shocked, I'm going to talk for at least the next 5 minutes about blah blah blah, yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody bloody bloody. Yes, scandalous.
There's...
What's that?
There are...
How
One of the soda...
Oh my...
Specs.
Oh my goodness. Well, audience, we just...
What are they about? The thing and I the instead of my brother. And to be honest, I regret it.
You mean you wish you'd your own brother?
Yes, I do. At least he doesn't.
I am appalled. What kind of... Why, in all my years, I never blah blah blah, yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 blah.
May I have a drink of water?
Are you the host of this talk show?
No.
Then no. Blah 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 blah, yak yak. Scandalous.
There's...
What's that?
It doesn't tell the...
Incredible. Who?
One of the...
Oh my...
Wizard.
Well, that's certainly an interesting accusation. We happen to have Whizzer waiting backstage! Let's bring him out!
I have no what they... All that happened was they gave me a ketchup cake!
Oh my... I have no idea what that even means, and it may be the single filthiest thing anyone said in my presence.
I might be able to top it if you give me a chance.
I prefer that you didn't. In fact, our country's shocking fascination with the double entendre is wrecking blah blah blah, yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak yak yak.
I'm not touching that thing.
I'd
probably get shocked.
Yakety 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 yak, blah blah blah, blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yak, blah blah blah, blah blah, blah blah blah. Scandalous.
There's more.
What's that?
I'm not kidding. And ask him.
Sam, it's shocking you continue to insist on something so ludicrous. I'm not even going to dignify it with a response. And those of you out there in television land, take note. Lying to a talk show host is like lying to Congress, and it ought to carry similar penalties. And if I ever blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 blah-de, 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 blah, yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 yak, 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 blah-de, 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 blah, yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah,
No thanks.
blah, 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 yak, yak,
No
yak,
dice.
yak, blah-de, blah-de, blah-de,
No can
blah,
do.
yakety, 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 yak.
You look like you could use a shave, Myra.
Well, I never! Blah, 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 yak, 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 blah-de, 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 blah, yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 yak, 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 blah-de, 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 blah,
Testing.
yakety, yakety,
1,
yakety,
2,
yakety, yakety,
3.
yakety, yakety, yak, blah, 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 blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the scandalous effect.
The bear's evil, Myra. Destroy it now.
Mind your manners with my guests, young man. Kids today. Blah, 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 yak, blah, 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 yak. Ah, yes, scandalous.
I'd...
Yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 blah-de, 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 blah, yakety, 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 yak, blah, blah, blah.
Testing.
Blah, blah. Blah,
I'm
blah,
not touching
blah,
that
blah,
thing.
Yak, 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 blah-de, 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 blah, yakety, 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 yak, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah,
Testing.
blah, blah,
1,
yak,
2,
yak, yak,
3.
yak, blah-de, 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 blah, yakety, yak. Ah, you scandalous affair.
I'd like to sing, if I may.
Is that wise?
Howling at that drippy old hunk of moon.
Whoa! Careful there, Tiger. That was wonderful. I'm so moved I almost don't have a long hectoring screed in me. Oh no, wait! There it is! Thank goodness! Self-referential songwriting is a dangerously blah 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 yak 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 yak. Blah blah blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love scandalous.
There's more.
What's that?
There are...
You're joking.
Despite his earlier denial.
The only reason... Back out here!
Myra, I swear to you, I would never participate in anything so mundane and passé. It would ruin my reputation as a serious British actor.
What can I say but blah blah blah? Blah blah blah. Ah, scandalous.
There's...
What's...
It doesn't...
How...
Bessie Bovine.
Oh my! Audience, shall we bring her back out again?
At the risk of making the obvious comment, that was shocking! Is she breathing?
A little, but the creepy teddy bear is toast.
Nuts! I wanted to ask it a few questions, and maybe use it to hypnotize Katie Couric.
Another glorious dream bangs its chin on the dirty pavement. On the bright side, the audience is free to go home.
Oh, I was just getting warmed up. You think Myra will have us back on the show again soon?
Speaking of unlikely, did you notice we just had 2 cases in a row involving hypnotic mind control?
Complete coincidence?
Yes, I think so. The cogs of the universe synchronize in ways we're not meant to see.
Speaking of things we're not meant to see, there's a new restaurant at the zoo where you can eat what they feed the animals.
Empty popcorn cartons and cigarette butts?
And processed bread logs loaded with tranquilizers and antidepressants.
Bread logs make me logy. Let's head back to the cooking show set and see if we can figure out how to make fried pork rinds.
Okay, but I get the feet.